When starting any project, one of the first decisions a team must make is choosing the right development methodology. Two of the most widely used approaches are Agile and Waterfall. Each has its strengths, weaknesses, and ideal use cases. Understanding when to use one over the other can make the difference between project success and failure. We'll discuss a detailed comparison of both methods, including when each one is most effective. Agile is an iterative, flexible approach to project management that is ideal when the product vision is evolving or when stakeholders are unsure of what the final result should look like at the start. This is often the case in technology, software, product innovation, or startup environments where customer needs, market conditions, or internal priorities change rapidly. Agile embraces change by allowing work to be completed in short development cycles called sprints, typically lasting 1 to 4 weeks. After each sprint, the team delivers a potentially shippable product increment, and stakeholders have a chance to review progress, provide feedback, and suggest changes. This feedback loop greatly reduces the risk of delivering a product that no longer meets user expectations. It also improves quality since bugs and issues can be caught early through continuous testing and integration. Agile also enables teams to deliver faster, experiment more, and pivot when needed. This is particularly valuable in competitive industries, where launching features sooner can mean capturing more users or staying ahead of rivals. Agile teams work best when they are cross-functional, self-organizing, and closely aligned with business goals. Each team member brings unique skills to the table, and together they share accountability for outcomes, not just tasks. Agile emphasizes collaboration over formal processes, often using tools like daily stand-ups, Kanban boards, or sprint planning meetings to stay aligned. One of the key strengths of Agile is how it puts the customer at the center of the process. The product owner represents the customer's voice, prioritizing the product backlog based on user needs and business value. This close involvement ensures that what's being built is always aligned with user goals. However, Agile does have some trade-offs. Without proper discipline, documentation can become an afterthought, making long-term maintenance harder. Agile also requires constant communication and stakeholder availability. If the product owner or team members are not consistently engaged, it can slow down decision-making. Additionally, since Agile doesn't always start with a complete plan, it can be hard to estimate costs and delivery dates, especially for large, complex projects. On the other hand, Waterfall is a structured, sequential methodology that works best when project requirements are known upfront and unlikely to change. It's a logical fit for industries like construction, manufacturing, aerospace, and government contracting, where changes mid-project can be extremely costly or even dangerous. Waterfall projects follow a clear, phase-based progression. First comes requirement gathering, followed by design, development, testing, deployment, and maintenance. Each phase must be completed and approved before moving to the next, and any changes often require reworking earlier phases. This process lends itself well to detailed documentation, helping teams track deliverables, manage contracts, and meet regulatory or legal standards. For example, in building a hospital or a highway, knowing every step ahead of time ensures safety, budgeting, and resource allocation. Waterfall is especially useful in projects that involve third-party vendors, fixed-price contracts, or public sector funding, where you need precise estimates, timelines, and milestone tracking. Its biggest strengths are in predictability, control, and compliance. Since everything is planned up front, you can provide stakeholders with a clear roadmap and schedule, reducing ambiguity. The method also simplifies project handoffs because the documentation clearly outlines decisions, designs, and workflows. However, the major limitation of Waterfall is its lack of flexibility. If the client changes their mind or market conditions shift halfway through the project, it's difficult and expensive to adjust course. There's also a higher risk of delivering a final product that doesn't meet user expectations because real feedback doesn't come until the very end. In Waterfall, all the testing is often done late in the process, so if fundamental design or logic issues are discovered, it might be too late to fix them efficiently. Another key factor in choosing between Agile and Waterfall is the level of risk tolerance your organization has. Agile spreads risk across the entire timeline by testing, releasing, and evaluating continuously. It's better suited to high-risk, high-reward projects where learning and iteration reduce uncertainty. Waterfall, by contrast, takes on more risk early, during planning and design, and assumes that proper planning will prevent issues later on. This can work, but only if the assumptions made during planning are accurate. If not, the cost of late discovery can be significant. In terms of long-term maintenance and support, Agile encourages continuous improvement through backlog grooming and iteration reviews, so teams can keep adapting the product to meet user needs. This makes Agile ideal for products that are expected to evolve over time, like mobile apps, SaaS platforms, and digital services. In Waterfall, once the product is delivered, changes typically require new projects or separate change management processes, which can create friction when ongoing updates are needed. In summary, choose Agile when you need a flexible, user-focused approach that delivers value quickly and improves over time. It's best for projects with shifting priorities, evolving requirements, or a need for speed and collaboration. It requires strong communication, stakeholder involvement, and an ability to handle change. Choose Waterfall. When the project scope is stable, the requirements are fully known, and strict oversight documentation or regulatory approval is needed. It's ideal for high-cost, high-risk projects where change is hard or dangerous and everything must be done right the first time. Understanding the strengths and weaknesses of both methods and sometimes blending them into a hybrid approach can help you deliver successful outcomes in a wide range of industries.